Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here on the show to talk about the Miami-Florida State game. Number 3, Miami beats number 18, Florida State, 28-22 reaction. I'll do an NFL news. After I'm going to talk about my thoughts in this game and the stats and shit, I'll recap. Or I'll do my NFL news portion to give all the injury updates, but let's get right into it here. So, number 3, Miami beats number 18, Florida State, 28-22 reaction. This was a blowout through 3 quarters. It was 28-3. Florida State rallies in the 4th quarter. They scored 19 points. Miami started to let their foot off the gas and let Florida State back in it. But they recovered the onside kick and to get her done. And Miami 6-0 against Florida State and USF the past 2 seasons. They've really dominated these teams. But Miami's won 3 ranked matchups this season. Notre Dame, South Florida, and Florida State. 3 ranked wins for them this season. They didn't finish well in the 4th quarter. But they get a huge road win. They improved to 5-0. They've beat all the Florida teams they've played. And that game was way closer than you wanted. But you beat Florida State and you're undefeated. You probably don't care about the 4th quarter. And you won. That's really probably all that matters to you. Miami played exceptional for the first 3 quarters. And I felt they just really stopped playing in the 4th quarter and let Florida State back in and this made the score. The score was way closer, way closer than the game was, most of it. Like, it was a blowout for a majority of this ball game. Carson Beck had a good night, I thought. Castellanos for the first 3 quarters did not have a good night. Florida State usually runs the football much better. They didn't tonight with Sawchuk, Chroma. They just really struggle to run the football. So they normally run the football pretty well. Tonight was just one of those nights where they really struggled. Carson Beck had a really good night. 20 of 27, 241 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. 4 touchdown game from Carson Beck, who's been really good for Miami this season. And Carson Beck has just been phenomenal. FSU came into the night leading the nation in points per game, and in 3 quarters, Miami held them to 3. 19 points in the 4th, but look, they still played great. But Carson Beck, including 2 each to Malachi Toney and C.J. Daniels, they have a lot of talent in their receiving group, dude, with C.J. Daniels and Malachi Toney. That's a good 1-2 duo right there. I mean, I guess I get why people were underestimating Carson Beck, including me. But SEC teams last year, so of course he was going to ball in the ACC where the competition isn't as tough as the SEC. But they've been playing well. It's just last year had a down year. And shit happens. Like, you're never going to apologize or downplay a win over FSU. Like, Carson Beck and the defense were exceptional for 3 quarters, and they really passed the ball out in the 4th quarter. 4th quarter was obviously a mess and a ton to clean up, but they have the bye week next before they play out of Louisville. But a great game from Carson Beck. Been balling out this year. They didn't run the ball great. Fletcher, 12 runs, 40 yards. Marion, 1 run, 22 yards. Brown, 8 runs, 19 yards. Lyles, 7 runs, 18 yards. So, really struggled to run the football. That's why Carson Beck, with his arm tonight, was huge, because they struggled to run the ball. Tony, 7 catches, 170 yards, 2 touchdowns. Daniels, 5 catches, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. Combined 12 receptions for 4 touchdowns right there between that duo. Their defense was phenomenal. They had 2 sacks on Castellanos, and Thomas and Fitzgerald each getting interceptions. So their defense was exceptional. And they improved to 5-0 as the number 3 team in the country. They had 7 in the 1st quarter, 7 in the 2nd quarter, 14 in the 3rd quarter, none in the 4th quarter. Let's talk about Florida State here. They dropped to 3-2. 3 in the 1st quarter, none in the 2nd quarter, none in the 3rd quarter, 19 in the 4th quarter. They'll probably follow the top 25 next week. But yeah, a swing in the drive by Castellanos. But he was 25 of 45, 272 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 16 runs, 57 yards for Thomas Castellanos. They really had him running for his life all night. They need to clean up the penalties, and the score never gets that close. Just clean up the penalties, and the score never gets that close. But yeah, Castellanos just didn't have a great night, man. But it was a very, very sloppy fourth quarter for sure, because that'll be a teaching point from Mario Cristobal. The defense was gassed, though, from chasing Castellanos around the field the entire time. Took so many hits. I mean, they played better in the fourth quarter. I mean, it was just too little too late. It's just, I think Thomas Castellanos is just a very average quarterback. Like, he's good. He's a good mobile quarterback. It's just he's so average, man. I guess Florida State isn't as good as we thought. I'm not going to let the final score fool me. It was 28-3 until Miami just let their foot off the gas. Like, I'm not going to be fooled. Their defense played exceptional, and so did Carson Beck through 3 quarters. I'm not going to fucking let this fool me, man. Sawchuk, 11 runs, 47 yards. Chroma, 6 runs, 23 yards. Like I said, Florida State's ran the ball this year, but tonight couldn't get anything going. Deuce, 6 catches, 87 yards. Pittman Jr., 7 catches, 39 yards and a touchdown. McCoy, 3 catches, 39 yards and a touchdown. Chroma, 2 catches, 37 yards. Danzy, 2 catches, 29 yards. Sawchuk, 3 catches, 25 yards. And Boggs, 1 catch for 14 yards. Defensively, they had 1 sack by Nicholson, and that was pretty much it. Weinberg, 2 for 2 on field goals. Now let's go over your team stats. Miami had 338 total yards, 241 passing, 97 rushing, 5.7 yards per play, 14 first downs, 5 for 14 on third down, 2 for 3 on third down, 59 total plays, 1 sack allowed, 5 punts, 12 penalties for 99 yards. That really helped Florida State, because Miami, they got to clean up those penalties. Nearly 12 penalties for almost 100 yards, no fumbles, no interceptions, 30 minutes of time of possession. That's huge, dude, because Florida State turned it over 3 times. They fumbled, lost a fumble, and 2 interceptions. So 3 turnovers to none. They had 404 total yards, 272 passing, 132 rushing, 4.9 yards per play, 28 first downs, 7 for 16 on third down, 3 for 4 on fourth down, 83 total plays, 2 sacks allowed, 4 punts, 4 penalties, 1 fumble, 2 interceptions, 29 minutes time of possession, the 3 turnovers. Florida State's cleaned those up. Miami really has to clean up the penalties. But really nothing, other than that, really nothing else I can really say they need to clean up. It's just really the penalties. I think they were just kind of gassed in the fourth quarter. So Florida State was just disappointing through 3 quarters. Like, yeah, they played better in the fourth quarter. They could have just gave up, but great win for Miami on the road. Here, 28-22. So, yeah, it's really got to say for this game. Miami's 5-0, top 5 team in the country. Are they that good? I don't know, but I think they're a really, really good football team. Honestly, man, I think they're a really good football team. Miami's defense is so much improved from last year. Like, last year they sucked. Their offense was really damn good, but their defense was trash. Their offense is still pretty good, and their defense is much improved. So, yeah, it's really my last thoughts here. Pretty boring game for the first 3 quarters. Not exciting there in the fourth, but it was really never in doubt. But, yeah, it's really got to say. For that, so let's go to the NFL news. So, this morning, former NFL quarterback and current Fox analyst Mark Sanchez was reportedly stabbed in Indianapolis early Saturday morning. So, apparently he was stabbed and hospitalized. This happened last about 12:30. But apparently, Indianapolis police now say they've arrested Fox analyst Mark Sanchez while he was at the hospital for battery with injury, unlawful entry of a motor vehicle, and public intoxication. This situation is just, it's like a Uno reverse card. I see that, I'm like, what? oh my lord. Man, in the hospital bed, he was like, "That's that Michael Jordan meme." No, 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 no. My lord. He ain't gonna be calling no games, I'll tell you that. That was interesting. That situation turned to Uno reverse card real quick. Come on. Oh my lord. But yeah, he was arrested while he was in the hospital after being stabbed. He now faces 3 possible charges. Damn. See, that was crazy. So, Giants wide receiver Malik Neighbors is expected to undergo surgery this week for a torn ACL and a torn meniscus, while also allowing a partially torn labrum and turf toe to heal per sources. And the major knee injury has reignited discussions about the turf playing surface at MetLife. I mean, people said they should fix it, but they never have. Maybe they will this time. So after 2 costly mistakes last week, Colts receiver A.D. Mitchell is expected to be active, but he's going to be in a limited role, per sources. Veteran Ashton Doolin could see more snaps in the team's third receiver spot. The Fox broadcasting crew for the Raiders-Colts game will be play-by-play announcer Chris Myers and analyst Brady Quinn. So they have changed that now, obviously, with the Mark Sanchez situation. The Vikings placed Ryan Kelly in injured reserve after he suffered his second concussion of the season last week. He's now had multiple concussions in Indianapolis. He will now be out a minimum of 4 weeks. Chargers have elevated outside linebacker Cleveland Farrell and running back Kamani Vidal from the practice squad for Sunday's game versus the Commanders. Jaguars receiver De'Ami Brown is off the injury report for Monday night's game versus those Chiefs and expected to play. With Lamar Jackson out for Sunday's game versus Houston, the Ravens have elevated QB Tyler Snoop Huntley from their practice squad. The Raiders have elevated tight end Albert Okwuegbunam from their practice squad. Have ruled out tight end Michael Mayer due to his most recent concussion. Albert O. It's a name I haven't heard in a bit. The Bills made some moves with their practice squad, calling guys up from the practice squad, signing guys from practice squads. Taysom Hill, the Saints have activated tight ends Taysom Hill and Foster Moreau, and each is expected to play Sunday versus the Giants. Are you sure tight end Taysom Hill? Doesn't he play every position on offense? The Titans have activated running back Tajay Spears off injured reserve in time for him to make a season debut Sunday against the Cardinals. The Cowboys made roster moves today. They've placed Malik Hooker on injured reserve due to a toe injury. They've signed Elijah Clark to the active roster from the practice squad. They've elevated Jalen Brooks and Jalen Cropper from the practice squad. And they've left Kalen Carson and Jonathan Mingo on the reserve/DFR list. It's how you know we're injured as hell. Who are these people? With cornerback Greg Newsome questionable for Sunday's game in London versus the Vikings, the Browns have elevated Trey Avery and Dom Jones from their practice squad. Now we got some stuff here from Rappaport. Titans wide receiver Calvin Ridley dealing with knee and elbow injuries. It's a good chance playing on Sunday. Source said he's currently listed as questionable. Browns offensive tackle Jack Conklin, who missed the last couple of weeks with an elbow injury, is likely to play in London. Coach Kevin Stefanski described it as hopeful he will play. Will Johnson, who hasn't played since mid-September because of a groin injury, is likely to play on Sunday. Source said, which is a boost for their secondary. The Jets have downgraded running back Kenny Ngwanwu, hamstring to out. Who? Brock Bowers is trending towards not playing Sunday against the Colts. He's been battling a knee injury, so it's trending towards he might not play. Cardinals have added Max Helton, hamstring to the injury report, and he is questionable. So despite complaints from the players and a history of serious injury, the Giants and Jets have no plans to switch from the turf at MetLife. Well, then you're going to still get more injuries. Rumors, the Browns reportedly still expect Shador to play at some point this season per rap sheet. The Dolphins are expected to release wide receiver Tyreek Hill once the season ends. Multiple Saints veterans are expected to draw trade interest, and New Orleans could be open to dealing, so I wouldn't be surprised if they start just tank. Chiefs never considered trade for Tyreek Hill, and V. Rasheed Rice is a wide receiver one that will make a huge difference for him when he returns. Makes sense for them. Xavier Williams and Rasheed Rice is still really good. So A.J. Brown isn't alone. Devontae Smith is also frustrated with his role in the Eagles' offense. They're both frustrated. I don't think they're really that frustrated. I mean, they're undefeated. Justin Tucker, eligible to return November 11th, already has interest from several teams. But yeah, that's all the NFL news there, so leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Until next time, make a lot. Peace.